Okay, in this video we're going to walk you through the simple molecular weight calculation of bands in an ethidium bromide gel image. You can see here we have a marker lane and some unknown lanes here. We're going to use the software to determine molecular weight sizing of those bands. So the first thing we do when we have our image open is go up to the top where it says 1D analysis. Click on that and go over to the first one at the left, and that's define region. In this case we want to define a square or a rectangular area based on just the lanes and the bands, not the loading area for the lanes. So when we choose this area, the next step we're going to do is to find lanes and bands, and you'll see that it automatically comes up with some basic numbers. The first thing we want to do is we want to select the constant lane widths so that all the lanes will be exactly the same width in this case. The next thing we want to do is confirm the image background is black, and it is. And then the third thing we want to do is adjust the lane sensitivity. By sliding this out, you're going to see to the right, you're going to see that more lanes are being found. So what you want to do is you want to stop sliding it when it's found all the lanes that you want. The last thing we want to do is band sensitivity. So you can see it's detected automatically a few of the brightest bands. What we should do is set this to 99. So if you slide it all the way to the right and then go down one on the arrow, you'll see it at 99, and that's a very high sensitivity. You can see it finding some very faint bands here. By clicking down on it to 98, you'll see it eliminate a lot of those bands that really aren't bands in this case, and we can click OK. So now we've quickly scanned for lanes and bands. If we need to add a band like this one and this one that weren't found automatically, we can click on the Add Band and go over to it and click on it and click on it. And that's an easy way to add bands into this automatic scanning parameter. The next thing we want to do is to be able to modify the lanes. You can see that the lane skews a little bit here. So we're going to click on Edit Objects, and we're going to take our cursor and click inside this purple lane area. When you click, you can see the white boxes, and that's going to tell you that the whole lane is adjustable now. The hand cursor that you can see right now allows you to move the lane left and right, and then if I move my cursor to the side, you can see it changes to a double arrow, and if I click and drag now, I can change the width of that lane. So now I'm much more consistent with the lane that I need than it was originally. So if we want to move this one, we just click and drag, and you can see that you can center all those lanes very easily now. So now that we're done with that, we want to input the molecular weights. So we go over to the first marker lane and we right click on it and choose molecular weight. Now you're going to click on the molecular weight standard. We have DNA standards, RNA standards, and protein standards. These are preset standards that have already been input into the system. You can always add custom standard sets if they're not on the list. So I'm going to choose 1 kb for this set and click on Next, and you'll see that this representation of this lane and bands has been brought over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Tag All button, and that will automatically match all of the molecular weight size markers to the bands that have been detected in this area. And it does a great job. You can see it does a phenomenal job of doing that. We click on OK. Now we're going to go over and you can see molecular weight numbers for each one of those values. On each one of those bands that have been identified, there's a molecular weight size. If we want to output this data, we can go over to the Results button at the top. When this comes up, you want to choose the report type that you'd like to see. So I go down to Report Type and I choose this and I say molecular weight. When I do that and I scroll to the bottom, you can see that I have my markers and all of my measured bands for all of those other lanes done. If I need to output that data, I can go by clicking on the To Excel, or I can save it as a comma-separated value file. So that's about it for molecular weight sizing. It's pretty simple and easy to do as long as you follow the steps.